Hello and welcome back. Today's podcast will be all about excretory products and their elimination.
Kidneys are reddish brown, bean-shaped structure situated between the level of last thoracic and third lumbar vertebra close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. That means T12 to L3. Now each kidney of an adult human measures 10 to 12 centimeters in length, 5 to 7 centimeters in width, and 2 to 3 centimeters in thickness, with an average weight of 120 to 170 grams. Towards the center of the inner concave surface of the kidney is a notch called hilum, through which ureter, blood vessels, and nerves enters. Inner to the hilum is a broad funnel-shaped space called the renal pelvis, with projections called calces. The outer layer of kidney is a tough capsule. Inside the kidney, there are two zones, an outer cortex and an inner medulla. The medulla is divided into a few conical masses which are called the medullary pyramids, projecting into the calces, or the singular form is calyx. The cortex extends in between the medullary pyramids as renal columns called columns of Bertini, which can be seen in figure 19.2. Each kidney has nearly 1 million tubular complex structures called nephrons, which can be once again seen in figure 19.3, which are the functional units. Each nephron has two parts, the glomerulus and the renal tubule. Glomerulus is the trough of capillaries formed by the efferent arteriole, a fine branch of renal artery. Blood from glomerulus is carried away by an afferent arteriole. The renal tubule begins with a double-walled cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, which encloses the glomerulus. Glomerulus, along with Bowman's capsule, is called the Malpighian body or the renal corpuscles, which can be seen in figure 19.4. The tubule continues further to form a highly coiled network called the proximal convoluted tubule or the PCT. A hairpin shaped Henle's loop is the next part of the tubule, which has a descending and an ascending limb. The ascending limb continues as another highly coiled tubular region called the distal convoluted tubule DCT. The DCTs of many nephrons open into a straight tube called the collecting duct, many of which converge and open into renal pelvis through medullary pyramid in the calces. The Malpighian corpuscles, PCT and DCT of the nephrons are situated in the cortical region of the kidney, whereas the loop of Henle dips into the medulla. In majority of the nephrons, the loop of Henle is too short and extend only very little into the medulla. Such nephrons are called the cortical nephrons. In some of the nephrons, the loop of Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla. These nephrons are called the juxtamedullary nephrons. The efferent arteriole emerging from the glomerulus forms a fine capillary network around the renal tubule called the peritubular capillaries. A minute vessel of these network run parallel to the Henle's loop, forming a U-shaped vasa recta. Vasa recta is highly absent or highly reduced in the cortical nephrons.